Hello, my name's Amanda Dixon, my company is IMU Limited, and I'm here today for this net meeting to give you an introduction into Twitter. Twitter is only 5 years old. It was launched by its creator, Jack Dorsey, in July of 2006. It has grown in popularity and now has an estimated 190 million users, who between them tweet some 65 million tweets a day. The search facility on Twitter is used over 800,000 times a day. So the potential you have to follow people you've never met before or be followed by people interested in what you do is immense. So if I take you into twitter.com, if you've never signed up to Twitter, this is where you do it. You enter your name here, your email address and your password, and you sign up. You'll then get some easy to follow instructions as to how to choose your username. Once you have that, you type it in here together with your password and you're logged into Twitter. The first thing you need to do when you're on Twitter is create your profile. You have 160 characters to use here to set up your biography. You want to put in something personal and some keywords about your business. So I've got here, mum of 4, social media setup, training and management. IMU Limited can represent your business at networking events so you don't miss out on valuable leads. At any time, you can change your biography by going into your settings, onto your profile, and you can change your bio here. Make sure you've got all this filled in with your name, your location, and your web address. And this is also where you can change your picture. You can either have an image of yourself or your company logo. I've actually got an animated GIF here. Jeff from Digital Lab gave me a little tip on how to upload that. So mine rotates between my logo and my image. So once you've created your profile, you can go into your settings and provide further information. You can choose how you'd like to receive your notifications in here. You can change your design. As you can see, I've got my logo going through the back of my Twitter page. You can select any theme you like from the ones provided by Twitter. You've got purple stars there if you want to. Just click on whichever one you want and then you can click on Save Changes. Alternatively, if you want to do something like I have with your logo, or if there's a specific image you want to upload, you can do that here and click the image you want to use and again save changes. In the applications here, it shows all the things that you've linked with through Twitter. We've got freeindex.co.uk, Twill Alert, Twitter for iPhone, all these different applications. One of the worst things I've found recently is the linking of Twitter with LinkedIn. They're two quite different social media tools. I personally have my social media set up so that when I write a status on my Facebook business page, it automatically tweets as well. LinkedIn, I have it set up so I can control which statuses are shared with Twitter, but I don't do it the other way around, i.e. tweets going to LinkedIn. Twitter is used more to engage with people, have short conversations with them, not forgetting, of course, that these conversations are public. Offer links to your website through Twitter, your blog, interesting news articles, that kind of thing. I don't feel that this should be shared with your business-only profile on LinkedIn, but that's just my personal opinion. Once your account is set up, you can start to follow people, and you can do that through here on this search here. For instance, if I wanted to follow Linda Eastwood, I would put in @Linda, caps lock on, Eastwood. Any tweets mentioning @Linda Eastwood would come up here, and the people results would come up on this side. So I click on Linda Eastwood there, and if I wasn't following her, there would be an option here to follow. So you can do any kinds of search you want here. If we wanted to find someone called Jeff Bowman, put his details in there. Again, any conversations mentioning Jeff Bowman, any tweets would come up here, and the list of Jeff Bowmans would come up on the right-hand side, and I could click on the one that I want to follow. If you have a look at the numbers here on the following and followers, you can see that Jeff Bowman's following 2,511 people, and there's 2,283 followers. The chances are, if you were to follow Jeff, he would follow you back, so therefore he's a good person to follow. That's what happens in Twitter. You look for people to follow, and they tend to follow you back. Now, people ask me what they can talk about. I was recently having a chat with Linda, that I've mentioned before. I'll bring her back up here. There we go. Now, Linda's from the Secret Service, and she was asking what sort of subjects she could tweet about. A lot of people are still of the opinion that Twitter is about tweets like, I've just brushed my teeth, or I've just opened a can of baked beans, or I'm getting in the car to go to work and now I've reached work. But there really is no need to use Twitter in this way. Be interesting. Talk about subjects close to your heart, your business. One of Linda's many talents is to provide clients with customer service reports so they can improve their customer services. So my suggestion to her was to tweet about exceptionally good customer services or equally bad customer service. I suggested she set up her Google alerts with those titles as her alerts. She can then use these links to show how people react to either good or bad customer service. And this would show how a service like hers could be invaluable to her, to other people's businesses. Twitter do have some tools as well as Google Alerts. There's search.twitter.com, which works in a similar way. And there's also Twello.com to help you find people on Twitter. Other thing to bring your attention to is the hashtags. Hashtags is a way of grouping conversations on Twitter. You can see down the side here, these are the current trends on Twitter. That means the conversations that are the most popular at the moment on Twitter. A hashtag used earlier on this week was hashtag MC Expo, Muscle Club Expo. Now, anyone who talked about the Muscle Club Expo would put hashtag MC Expo in their title, and all of these would come up. It's another good way of connecting with people. You can see Horizon Works here. They were at the expo. You look on there, another Newcastle upon Tyne-based business. If you weren't following them, you could click here to follow them. And again, they'd be likely to follow you back because they're following more than they have followers. Another hashtag to show you is hashtag FF, which means Follow Friday. Now, what happens on a Friday is that you can send recommendations through Twitter and suggest that your followers follow other people that you follow. For example, you might say, let's see, one that I'll be posting tomorrow would be hashtag Follow Friday at Jeff Bowman, at the Mussel Club, and at David M. Cook 69, organisers of a great business expo. Hashtag Mussel Club Expo. Now, as I've used the @ mentions button, what will happen is when either Jeff or the Mussel Club or David Cook go onto their accounts, they would click the @ mentions tab, and it would show them all the tweets that have been made about them. This is where you can see if people are tweeting you to ask you a question, like here, Food by Maloney's have asked how I provided my animated GIF, so I replied to them, told them what to do. It's just a way of getting involved in conversation, and this hashtag shows you who's been talking about you. Once you start to get a large amount of followers, you may want to put them into lists so that you can specifically follow those people's tweets. I'll give you an example of this. We've got MPH here. Now, I know MPH through networking, so I might want to add them to my networking contacts list. I can either improvise a new, make a new list here, or use an existing one. There we go, networking contacts. So you can either use an existing list or create a list. That way, when you go through to your home page, you can go on this and you can say, I just want to have a look at my networking contacts, and all the people that I've put into that category will come up here. And again, if I want to, I can retweet their tweets if I want to, which again will promote them to all of my followers. There we go, that's how you retweet. Or I could reply to the tweet if it was something that interested me, or if I wanted to start a conversation about it. If you want to send somebody a private message, there's a DM facility here, which is direct message. This is where you've got private, completely private messages between you and one other person. Nobody else can see them. Again, you're limited to the amount of characters you can use. It's 140 characters, the same as it is for a tweet. So you've got to keep your messages quite concise. So my advice would be, whenever you're logging onto Twitter, make sure you check your app mentions to see who's talking about you. Check your messages and check your followers so that you can go through them and follow them back. There we go. It's as easy as that to follow people. Twitter will also give you a list of ideas of who to follow based on the sort of people that you're following and the information you've given them in your profile and your setup. The timeline is what's going on in the here and the now. The majority of tweets will be people actually sitting at their computers or on their phones tweeting away. But sometimes people will use a platform such as Hootsuite or TweetDeck and schedule their tweets to go out at specific times. You could sit on a Sunday evening and tweet for the week if you like. I personally don't use this facility. I prefer the personal touch of tweeting in the here and now, but this is my personal preference. You could always set up a happy medium of a mixture of both. You could maybe send schedule on a Sunday for 2 tweets a day to go out with links to your website, and then in between you could be logging on and keeping your presence, your personal presence, and engaging on Twitter as well. Don't continually sell. If you do, you'll just lose followers. Don't forget, this is social media networking, a way to meet and engage with people, give them an insight into who you are and what you do. To help you form and build relationships with people, don't just sell and put links to your websites. People will get bored. Well, I hope I've given you a bit of an insight into Twitter. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to contact me, either through the Mussel Club website or LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, or you can email directly to amanda@imu.co.uk. I do have a special offer running for anyone who's listened into this. I'm offering some one-to-one training, 3 hours for the price of 2. So for £50, you can have an hour's training on LinkedIn, an hour on Twitter, and an hour on Facebook, or you can make your own bespoke training package and tell me which areas you specifically want to learn about. Once again, thank you very much for listening in. Goodbye.